Hello, this is Jamaica 5288, and today we're going to plant some herbs. I go to the supermarket all the time and I purchase fresh herbs, and I realize that for the price of one of those packets, because they're about $1.89 a pack now, that I could have just bought a pack of seeds. So that's what I did. Well, I already had them in stock. I already had these bad boys from the Dollar Tree. I got this spring, and I was like, oh, I need to go get some dill, what do I have here? Chives, some parsley, and some basil. So I went and looked in my stash, and guess what? There were already seeds here. So we're going to plant them today. This is Jamaica 5288. Please like and subscribe, and we're going to get to it. We're going to go ahead and plant a tray. A tray of seeds. Y'all see them seedlings in the back? We're going to have another tray. Hello, everyone. This is Jamaica 5288. Why do I feel like I have a lump on top of my head? Today, we're going to plant another seed tray, but this seed tray is going to be made comprised of herbs. I have been going to the store and buying herbs, and I realized that, I can grow it myself. I have the seeds. I got these seeds from Dollar Tree. All four of these seeds cost me 25 cents each, so I spent $1. So, I have basil, and this is container variety basil. I have parsley. I have chives. And I have Long Island Mammoth dill. So what we're gonna do is I've already wet this tray, and I filled it with soil. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill these trays with seeds. I don't know how big these seeds are because I don't plant many herbs. The herbs that I have outside are from starts, and those were starts that they were gonna throw out that I acquired. I do need to put these on a plate though, because these dill seeds are really small. Not sure if any of the other ones are, but let me go ahead and get a chopstick and a white plate. So I'll be right back, okay? And I'm back. So this is going to be our herb tray. I have four packs of these seeds. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna do a row of each. So I'm gonna start it here all the way down, okay? Let's see. So I am gonna start with the one I want most, which is basil. I mean, I want them all, but basil is something that I don't want to spend money on. I have sage outside already. I started to realize, you know what, these people are right. I'm buying herbs and I can grow them, like thyme, sage, and when you buy it, they charge you quite a bit. So I got some basil seeds right here. I think these are too big for me to pick up with a chopstick. So I'm going to mix my soil. I love this thing in the summertime because when it's hot, I just let it go. It's like a swamp fan, if you all know what that is. We used to use them in the military because we went to places like when we were in we were in, where were we? Yes, it was Thailand. We were in Thailand, and we were in Hua Hin. And well, we started off at Pattaya, then we went through Bangkok, and then we went down to Hua Hin. And man, I was always looking for a shower. Any minute I had available, I looked for a shower because it was so humid. And even after a shower, I never felt clean. So I got 2 of the why do I have the dill open? 2 of the basil seeds. We're doing basil seeds. So 2 are right here. Forgot my straws to mark them. So what I do with the toothpick is I pick them up one by one. And I pick up 2. So I have a double chance of getting germination. Sometimes I put 3. Today, so far I'm only putting 2. And you gotta make sure you get it off your chopstick. Take a good look. Make sure that it's gone. Stick it in the water. Shake it off. Grab another 2. Put one there. One there. Rub it off. Make sure you get it off. Swivel it if you have to. Let me move this thing out the way so y'all see what I'm doing. See, I'm turning the chopstick to make sure I wipe those seeds off. I cannot see these seeds, they're black, and the soil is black, so they're the same color. So once I pick up 2, I put them down, probably not gonna know where they are. So here it is, I'm gonna put it there, I'm gonna wipe the seed. All right. Whew. I wanted to do this yesterday, but I ran out of time, and I didn't want to do it at nighttime. I had other things that, well, we had other things that we had to do. So, spent a lot of time. So I have some other seeds here. I think, move these aside. I'm gonna put 1 more per pod. So that'll be 3 basil seeds. These dried herbs, man, I thought vegetables were expensive. These herbs, they are expensive. Or maybe I'm just a cheapskate. I can't see wasting money, and I'm picking them up and dropping them, wasting money on something that I can grow. Or try to grow. If I can't grow it, okay, then I'll buy it. But like if I run out of peppers outside, or if some of them are way too small for me to pick, I'll go to the store and I'll buy it. But if I have peppers or whatever out there, I don't have to go to the store most of the time anymore. Because most of the stuff I grow is what I eat. Or what I cook, I should say that. So here we go. I'm gonna put these back in here. I poured way too many out there, and I am not wasting seed anymore. Made myself a promise. So that line is our basil. Put that right there. Next one. Chives. Chives, I'm gonna put a bunch of them in there. I feel like dumping this whole pack because chives are bunching. They are bunching vegetables. How many in here? Let me see. Not a lot. Okay, I can't bunch them because there's not a lot in here. They're small too. All right, let's pour it on a plate. Take a good look. Yeah, one more seed down in there. And it bounced off. It bounced off of it. I guess I wasn't meant to get that one. Is that it? I think that's it. I don't know. That might be dirt. I can't tell the difference. Okay, so we're gonna put the chives packet right here. We're gonna use all of these chives. All right, here's my toothpick. Wet it, fling it. I'm just gonna pick up a whole bunch of them. Start off with about 4. That's about 4 or 5. Move this big old log out the way and a bottle out the way so y'all could see. I'm gonna put it right here in this column. That's her chives. Yay. Yeah, yeah. I wanna shoot, baby, shoot, shoot, baby. Girl, look at him. Oh, he's coming this way. So we did this one already. Rudy is mighty quiet. Let me shut up before he senses that I'm talking about him. I went out there and gave them some canary melon. They're happy, happy, happy. It is hot in Texas. It is so hot, and we are under a brush fire warning, well, advisory. That's what it is, and Lord, there are some fires out there. It's so scary. It's so scary when that starts to happen. It has not rained here, I think about 60 to 80 days. No rain. Not that I haven't seen any rain. I might be wrong. I don't think so though. You may be right, I may be crazy. Oh, but it's just, I forget the words. A nut like me you're looking for. Turn out the lights, don't try to change me. You may be wrong, I know, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. I know. I may not have sang all the words right. I may not have sung all of them right, but I'm close. I don't even remember. Who sang that? I could see him, but I cannot remember his name. He heard me. See? Yeah. He's back at it. He took a while. He was like, oh, she's talking about me. I could sense it. I could feel it. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a God out there. All right. 2 more seeds per pod. Rub it off. Beautiful. Strange how a lot of people are having flooding and we're having a drought. It's so interesting. I don't know which one is worse. I think the water is worse. The water. That we have had some floods out here. Because, well, this is my theory and a couple of other people's theories. They built so much out here in Texas and near the Austin area that fields that used to capture the water now have houses in it. There's nowhere for the water to go except into somebody's house. There's no drainage fields. They're all filled up. He's such a miserable animal, I tell you that. Miserable. You must have heard me say that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. He's probably complaining. You know, I have another theory about this rooster. It's super hot out there, right? And it's cool in here. And he knows that because I put him in the cage in here. So he knows that if he gets in trouble, I'll most likely snatch him up, put him in that little kennel, and bring him in here where it's cool. I think that's what he's doing. He wants me. You know, he acts like he doesn't want me to catch him. But then he'll go into the tough shed, right? Where there's nowhere to go. And he knows that I'm gonna snatch him up. And I snatch him up by his When I get him, I make sure I get his feet because those roosters will claw you up. They'll claw you up. Their talons, they will scratch you up. So I grab him, I hold his feet, and I have him under my thing until I get him into his kennel. But once he's in the kennel, which he's been in a couple of times, he gets to come in the house where it's cool. Then he's quiet for a while, and then I guess he gets like claustrophobic because he's in that little travel kennel, and he starts, crowing again. It's a never-ending cycle. That's what I think he's doing. I may be wrong. You stay out there. It's about 110. Go find. Crowing is only going to make you expend valuable energy. You need to save it. You need to calm yourself down and sit down somewhere. Oh boy. I'm putting these in. There we go. I only have a few more left. 2, 4, 5. I have 5 left. If I didn't put dirt here because I've got a bunch of water there. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Wipe it off. One more. I used all of these seeds. All of these chive seeds. Chive is a grass, and they grow super thin, and they're bunching. So you gotta have a bunch of them. So the next one we have, let me clean this plate off. Make sure that's not a seed. Get this water off this plate. It's dill. Long Island Mammoth dill. Oh boy, dill. Dill looks pretty. We have how many? It's July, and our first frost, sometimes it comes in November. Sometimes it doesn't come till after January. Depends on the year. It's an El Nino year, so it's gonna be weird, right? Who knows what's gonna happen? You never know when winter's gonna start down here, where I'm at, in the Austin area. Never know. Every year for the past, how long have I been out here? 16 years has been different. Every year. The first year I came out here, it rained all summer. All summer. Everything was green. The grass kept on growing, and ever since then, it never happened again. About 15, 16 years ago. So, let me go out here. All right, we're gonna put 3 of these on here. These I can see they're gray. So I got 3 seeds on here for dill. I'm wiping them off. Come on now. There we go. One more. There we go. That's 3. Okay. There's another 3. Move those around. Since I could see them, spread them out. There are little bugs in here. See? Oh, those are fungus gnats. I hate those things. One year during the pandemic, and I was working at the time. I was at work when it was happening. Oh, I had so many fungus gnats in here. I don't know why. Oh, I bought some plants from this store. So where was I? Bought some plants from this store. And the plants that I bought in, what was it that I brought in? Had fungus gnats in it. And it took me forever to get those things under control. It's the worst, the worst. And I was on Teams talking to people, these darn gnats flying around, and you just want to start flailing your arms, and people like, what the heck is wrong with her? The gnats were taking over. I finally just waited till I went on vacation, right? And I bombed this house. I got one of those raid things, or whatever they call, Black & Decker. I bombed the whole house. Came back, there were no gnats. Well, when we got back, he came in and he opened all the windows, because I mean, once I start coughing, that's it. I'm in trouble. I don't stop. It's like I cough until I almost throw up. So he opened all the, and plus I get headaches from the fumes. So he came in here and opened all the windows for me, and they were gone. They haven't been back since. But you got to be careful when you go and buy soil. I have 3. When you go and buy soil or plants, open it outside and take a good look in it, because you don't want that stuff to get in your house, an infestation, or in your yard. That's why I'm so careful with seedlings and with soil. I always open the soil outside. Always. I had it was Miracle-Gro. I could see the green bag, Miracle-Gro. I opened it and it was full of, I don't know what it was, but they flew. It must have been fungus, gnats, or some kind of flying insect. That was outside though. But that plant I brought in, which plant was it? Because it's still here. I think it was a corn plant. Not sure. One of them was full of fungus gnats. And they just took over the house. It was like, ooh, it's so nice and moist in here. Come over here, baby. Let's reproduce. Let's have 1,000, or let's have 1,000,000 babies. You look good to me, boy. You look good to me too, girl. Ooh, ooh. I like the way you flutter your wings. I could see 1,000,000 of our babies flying around just like you. That is what I envisioned they said, because they were everywhere. Ugh, that was a bad time. And I had to be professional, you know. If you're on camera, now everybody's back at work. They brought everybody back into the office. But back then, during the pandemic, we were all working from home. And everything was on camera. I mean, sometimes they recorded us on Teams. So you had to be, you know, something, if something weird happened in your house, you had to ignore it. You know, dogs start barking, somebody mowing the lawn, you just act like it's not happening. No privacy. Another thing they did was that they were afraid that people were going to be on vacation and still, you know, working. Like I've seen people on cruise ships with their computer working. And they didn't want people to do that. They wanted you to be in your house. So they made us sign a document stating where we were going to be doing our work. Ain't that something? They didn't want us to be, I mean, I guess there was people who were going out of state, but what difference does it make if you're doing your job? I guess they were like, if they are on vacation, you know, taking their family on vacation, how are they going to do their work? That was not right. I said, y'all are saving money by, I mean, I'm using my Wi-Fi, my electricity. I mean, you don't have to pay for office space if you're keeping everybody, you know, away from the office. Although they never shut down the office, they always kept the office space there. And if we really needed to do something that required us to go in the office, or we go in, it was so wow. One time I went in there and they had run some cable through the ceiling, and they were like dust balls all over the place. It's like, this place looked like a haunted house. Nobody was in there. Nobody. No sign of life. It was so weird because, and it, you know, normally there's hundreds of people in that building. Nobody. Ghost town. Everybody's working from home. The streets were empty. Get to work like in no time. No traffic. Okay, so I got my dill done. Dill is in. Basil, chives, and dill are all in. What is this thing? It's in the way. Next is a parsley. Parsley. I have some dried parsley. I paid for that too, so I need this also. The only thing that I don't use a lot is the dill. That's it. Everything else I go and buy from the grocery store. Like a big dummy when I could have been growing it. Okay. Now if you want to do it, if you don't want to grow it and you want to, you know, go to the grocery store and you trust them, because I don't necessarily trust that stuff they have there. I told you in another video that every time I go like under the thing, the vegetable department where they have the things, the sprayers, I always get sprayed. I'm like, wow. And I try to time it. I try to watch it where it already sprayed, and then I'll go and get it, and I still end up getting sprayed most of the time. Because I'm that kind of person who be like, I don't want this stuff on the top because they put the old stuff. What is that? That's a mustard seed. I mean, not a mustard seed. That's a parsley. No, that's a dill seed. Here we go. Parsley. I want a bunch of them. Yeah, so I always try to time it so that I don't get sprayed. I still get sprayed because I'm rummaging through trying to find the best product I can, or the freshest one. I'm like, I'm not gonna buy this, and I'm not gonna buy this unless I inspect it, because I have come home and found like puncture wounds and watermelons and all kind of stuff. And when you get it home, who wants to drive back out to the grocery store, stand in customer service line and, you know, tell them, because they don't give you a problem out here. You bring it back, they don't even care if you have a receipt or not. You have the product and you didn't eat it all, or eat most of it, or you just give it back to them. They'll tell you either go get another one or do you want a refund. They don't give you any problem. But who wants to go back up to the grocery store? Not me. Not me. So I'm like, just give it to the chickens. I ain't going back out there. One time I was so ticked off. I didn't give this watermelon to the chickens because I was afraid. It had some kind of claw wounds where something had went into it, punctured it, and there was brown stuff in the watermelon. I don't know, because they keep the watermelons outside, so anybody could really mess with it. People are crazy. Like, you never poison me or my chickens. If I'm not gonna eat it and I'm afraid I'm gonna get poisoned, I ain't give it to them. I give it to them if it's rotten, but not if there's. I mean, I had never seen brown stuff in a watermelon before. Where the puncture wound was, and it was like it was in the watermelon, and even when it got to the red part, I was like, whatever that was, I don't feel comfortable giving it even to a chicken. I don't feel safe giving it to my chickens. Just throw it in the trash, because I was not gonna drive back out there. I just wasn't. Can't walk to the supermarket out here. You gotta drive. It's not close. And Costco, I mean, you get it from Walmart and you get it from H-E-B and you get it from Costco. Costco doesn't sell the big ones though. H-E-B keeps their watermelons outside. Outside in the front of the store. I got this one seed that's giving me the blues. It won't get off this thing. I'm gonna put you right there. All of my seeds are in. So I have basil, chives, dill, and parsley. Let's go ahead and get these things seeded. I think I can push these dill down because they're big. I mean, I could see those. They are big. Move them down a little bit. One of my cousins asked me, how do you come up with your topics? How? Where do you get these ideas from? Life. I'm trying to survive. No, life. That's how I come up with it. I will be doing this on or off camera. I was doing this before I got on YouTube. I was watching another YouTuber, and my girlfriend's husband is a YouTuber, and they were like, you know what, it's not that hard. Just, just start trying. And the longer you talk on camera, and the longer you start editing your content, the better you'll get. I do have to talk to my girlfriend's husband about editing though, because he has some skills. He edits her videos, and man, it's nice. Mine looks a little rustic, but hey, doing the best I can with what I got right now. He has to give me a tutorial. And there are tutorials on YouTube on how to edit, and apps you can use, and how to put music in the background. I watch some of these other YouTubers. I'm like, wow. But if you watch some of their earlier content, you can see how they progressed through the years. But some people, they haven't changed anything. Their personality is just engaging. They didn't have to go and put any bells and whistles on their channel, because they are the bells and whistles. You just watch them, and man, you just either they're so interesting, they keep you so engaged, or they're, you just laughing. And I like to laugh. Nobody wants to see anybody sad. Nobody want to hear, I mean, everybody has problems, unless you're going to tell me how to solve a problem. No, all of us have problems. All of us have a lot of responsibilities, but you try to manage them as best you can. And if you find a shortcut, then share it, or a life experience, something that can help somebody. It doesn't make any sense. They said worrying is just like a rocking chair. Rocking chairs don't move. They just go back and forth. But yeah, I've seen some engaging people where they didn't have any bells or whistle. They just turn on their camera, and man, you by the time you finish listening to them, it's an hour and a half, 2 hours later. You're like, where did the time go? And you don't feel like you wasted your time when somebody is either telling you something valuable, or making you feel better about your day, about, they make you forget about all of your worries for a little while. All of your responsibilities go away for a little while. That's why I like YouTube, because I watch reality. I don't watch any, fanfare and how the Kardashians or whoever, the Smiths, the Joneses. I'm not trying to keep up with the Joneses. I want to keep up with the Jamaricas. I want to know how they're doing it in real life, so I can make my life a little bit better. Or, they tell me something, or take my mind away from reality for a little while. Most of the time, I watch stuff that's going to help me, improve something, like gardening and home improvements. I have these guys come to the door and during the day where they think nobody's at home, and they'll rip you off, charge you a whole bunch of money for something that you can probably do yourself. Same thing as, now people complain about the seedlings, how the seedlings are $5 and $8. Imagine somebody coming to your house and saying, hey, I'll repair, or I'll pressure wash your driveway for $400. Some of them are thieves. I'm like, what? I don't know how much. I'm just using that as an example because I ain't paying nobody to pressure wash my driveway. Not gonna do it. But they'll do that, and some people pay it. I don't have money like that. And if I did, I still wouldn't want to pay that. Okay. So these are in. It is so hot in Texas. So I went over here. This side of the garden got attacked by bugs. The tomatoes are still holding on. The callaloo is going to seed. I have harvested so much of the callaloo that I have. Callaloo is an amaranth. I have goldenrod amaranth seedlings outside. So that is going to seed because I don't know how many bottles. I got like 36 bottles, I don't know, more than that, of callaloo that I've canned. And I could have did more, but now it's gotten so hot and it's going to seed, so I'm just gonna let it do its thing and run its course. The okra is doing well. I think I have some more okra in the cement tray that I need to put out. The okra that I transplanted to the side of the yard over here on the other side of the gazebo, because I have some okra on this side and I had some on this side. The rabbits ate all of those seedlings on that side off. The one that's in the sun, they don't want to be in the sun. They don't want to get hot. They're like, oh no, Mr. Peter Rabbit, we need to go to the other side where there's shade, and there's plenty of okra over there. So they ate that thing. There's like that much out of the ground, if anything left of the okra. They ate it almost down to the ground. I have a few stalks of okra out there. And then I have 2 rows of okra over there, and then I have about 7 or 8 plants over there. So I have okra in several different places, in several different eco areas. So the one in the shade is the only one that got yammed down. It's hot. I said that right. So here are the other seedlings that I've started. Here's the cabbage from Homestead Heart. Look at them. They're coming up. You can't see the purple one too good, but it's there. It's coming up. What is this? Red cabbage. Butternut has not come up yet, but there's one right. There's one right there coming up, right where my finger is coming up. The tomatillos and the tomatoes came back. Eggplant is a oopseo. It's not showing up yet. One of the peppers have showed up. Peppers take about 2 weeks, and I just planted this a couple of days ago, so the peppers are not there. What are these? These are, I got this backwards, so it's hard for me to see. These are long beans. I soaked the long beans overnight, and then I planted them. Last time, they did not sprout. But this time, I got most of them. 2 of them have not sprouted yet. But look at that. There's my long beans. This is my broccoli. The broccoli is coming up. This row didn't come up. What is this? This is squash. Zucchini. The zucchini didn't come up. This packet is about 2-3 years old, though. And what is on this side? I didn't mark this one. I didn't mark it. Did the tag fall off? I'm not sure what that is. That might be zucchini also. I don't know why this is here though, because that is not a zucchini. So I started my seedling. I had another subscriber ask me, you know, how are you planting again? Can you plant again? Yes. I am in 8A, 8B area, subtropics. We don't get winter sometimes until February. Sometimes it comes early. Now I'm willing to take a chance. But when it does get hot, I mean, it does get cold here. It's just for a brief moment, and it doesn't excuse me, it doesn't get extremely hot. I mean, extremely cold in October. Excuse me, Miss Philomena. She's laying there. She won't even, I had to step over her, by the way. So let's go outside and look at the other seedlings. Since we're planting, right? I need to show you everything. They're trying to follow me. So that down there is some more, I think that is, I didn't mark it. I think that's okra. This is sage, and it's starting to look like sage. See that? See that? That's a sage too. There's some onions in here. This is sugar cane. This is amaranth, goldenrod. Now with amaranth, you can use the seeds. I'm gonna try to harvest the seeds and give it to my chickens for, you know, supplement to their feed. And I think that is it. I have one artichoke that died, so I planted another one, and here it is. See that? It's coming up. Let me see if it's dry, because it'll dry out here. I'm trying to hide it from the heat. The heat is drying up everything, and I think that is the only seedlings. Yeah, that's it. The rest of the stuff it's holding on. Texas heat is making everything struggle. I just watered these things, but they're here, right? They're here, but they're it's not easy. It is not easy. Not easy. Everything in the shade is doing well. See that? That is Swiss chard. Let me show you the okra. Since we're walking around, I'm gonna give you a short tour. All of the Swiss chard is doing. Swiss chard is a trooper. You can plant that in the winter. Them bad boys will survive. Look at my poor okra. And okra likes heat. And I watered them today. Look at them. They're drooping. It's hot out here. Hot out here. Let's go around to the other side, to the shady side, where I thought, you know, I won't have to water this okra as much, and it'll be just fine. I transplanted, and I told you, you can transplant okra. The one that we just left was transplanted. This is what used to be okra down here. Do you see any signs of okra? Oh, there's a little one here that they haven't eaten down yet. But that's it. Watermelon patch is doing well. We're doing a quick tour. I'm just going to show you the stuff that's still alive. So I planted the sugar cane right there. That behind there in that tote, that is ginger. I have ginger in several places. Tomatoes are still doing fine. The beets are in there. The tomatoes have taken over. Not sure if the potatoes, I don't know if those are potatoes. I think the potatoes might have bit the dust, but we'll see. I dug that up and put potatoes in there. I know it was late, but they were on sale, so I thought I'd try. My citrus trees are coming back. Here's my okra. Okra does like the sun. I watered these this morning, so this ground is wet. I watered them last night. Watered this whole thing last night, and then I watered it again this morning, so the ground is wet. And another thing, remember watermelon wars? Well, I don't want to show you all of my things, but I got watermelons popping up all over the place. See that? That's a watermelon. That's a watermelon. That's a watermelon. In there, let me not go in here too much because there's snakes. That's a watermelon. Let me see. And the big ones have not shown up yet, but they did not die. There they are. Carolina Cross. I don't have any watermelons on there yet, but it's starting to run, so that's good. Those are sugar babies. The sugar babies are not doing good. Anyway, this is Jamerica 5288. Just wanted to show you how things are going. You know, they talk about succession planting, planting, but you know, this stuff is, I'm gonna keep this stuff going until it can't go no more. I'll just plant another spot. And here is my melon patch, my honeydew melon. They're right there. Cushaw is right there. Cantaloupe is right here. Oh, and these are the ground cherries. They're still alive. They're struggling, but they're still alive. You know, I try to water everything, but sometimes you miss stuff. I'm not perfect. I'm close. No, I'm just joking. This is Jamerica 5288. I hope you all are having a pleasant day. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I will see you on the next one, all right? God bless you all. Bye. Man, chickadee, you look hot, hot, hot. And they're over there eating that melon. Y'all okay? Rudy's like, no! Where's Cruella? I guess she's in the tough shed. Well, here we go.